Hi everybody, this is the Football Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Football Hut. I hope you like this video and subscribe. I'm going to talk about some trade rumors here, including quite one of the local teams, by the way, here in New York. And this is from CBSSports.com. But before we get to that, hit that subscribe button. You want to learn about who could be on the trading block and who could be gone on October 31st. This is the channel you need to subscribe to. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get the 300 subs on this channel. Headline, 2023 NFL trade rumors. Raiders, Davante, Adams, Vikings, Daniel Hunter, among stars who could be available. A look at 7 notable names who could be shopped at the deadline. As I screwed at the beginning of this video, I'm going to keep going. 5 weeks of the 23 NFL season are in the books, which means we're more than a quarter of the way through the fall schedule. It also means we're less than a month away from the in-season trade deadline on October 31st. With several games to go until that point, most teams, right or wrong, will continue to maintain playoff hopes, however thin they may be. But some could already be motivated to sell in anticipation of a 24 rebuild. Others, meanwhile, could already be eyeing potential upgrades for an immediate postseason push. With that in mind, here are 7 notable names who could be available, if not now, then in the coming weeks. First up, quarterback of the Vikings, Kirk Cousins. He has final say over any potential deal thanks to a no-trade clause, and odds are even if the Vikings found the deal they liked, he wouldn't sign off on starting over in a new system mid-season. But everything else suggests a relocation makes sense. Minnesota is in an admitted competitive rebuild, spurred in the mid 1-4 starting Cousins, who remains a borderline top 10 pocket passer despite a spotty big game resume. Scheduled to hit free agency after the season anyway. We've mentioned that Jefferson of the Vikings, he's going to be out a month. He's got an injury. So that might be more of a motivator for the Vikings to move Cousins. And the potential suitor they're saying is the New York Jets. They could certainly need an improved quarterback, by the way. Here's a Titans quarterback. It's the next guy, Ryan Tannehill. The Titans danced around a potential split with Tannehill all offseason, issuing tentative public commitments while devoting another early round pick to a possible successor. 5 games in, he looks just as battered and sluggish as he did in the down 22, thrice failing to guide Tennessee to more than 16 points. If GM Rand Carthen can convince coach Mike Rabel to see what he has in Will Levis or Malik Willis, maybe an aspiring playoff team with a quarterback need would bite. They mentioned 2 teams here, the Falcons and again the Jets. Titans running back Derrick Henry. Henry's long been the heart and soul of the Titans' old school offense, but he's pricey, aging for the position, and already averaged fewer than 4 yards per carry in 3 of Tennessee's 5 games so far. Or an expiring deal with the much speedier Tyjae Spears in tow as a playmaker of the future, there's little room for the Titans not to auction such a well-worn back, regardless of his resume. The challenge, of course, is realizing their playoff windows finally truly closed. Potential suitors, the Browns and the Buccaneers. Okay, Raiders wide receiver Davante Adams. He's only a year and a half to a $140 million deal that runs through 26, and he's repeatedly championed his West Coast location after arriving from the Packers, but he's also repeatedly questioned Las Vegas' decision-making and roster building. Admitting recently his Raiders experience hasn't been what I wanted, dealing him would sap the offense of a top 5 pass catcher, but would save tens of millions of dollars and potentially recoup high picks for another inevitable rebuild. Potential teams, the Patriots, Ravens, and Texans. Broncos wide receiver Courtland Sutton. Coach Sean Payton downplayed the speculated availability of both Sutton and fellow wide receiver Jerry Jeudy prior to the 23 season, but now that Denver is an ugly 1-4 with Randy Gregory already unloaded and a full-on seller's mentality potentially settling in, all bets are off. Jeudy feels like a safer bet to stick since he's still 24, but rookie Marvin Mims' emergence could help Payton agree to part with the elder statesman of the wide receiver room. Sutton remains a solid, if unspectacular, unterrific, unamazing possession target. Potential suitors. Browns, Cowboys, and Texans. Okay. Vikings linebacker Daniel Hunter. For years, Hunter and the Vikings have wrestled over the pass rusher's contract, always coming to a tentative resolution. Now, if Minnesota 104 and general manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah stripping the defense down under new coordinator Brian Flores, it could finally be time for Hunter to be auctioned. He's off to hot start as Flores' lone edge rushing weapon with 6 sacks in 5 games. But that could also make him the Vikings' most feasible trade chip ahead of his scheduled 24 free agency. They mentioned the Buccaneers, the Chiefs, and the Jaguars. And finally, the last name on this list, I love this guy, just based off his name. Budda Baker. He's my favorite. He's got to be my favorite name for a football player. Budda Baker. Safety Budda Baker. The All-Pro resolved a brief contract dispute with Arizona by getting a pay raise prior to the season, only to land on injured reserve with a hamstring issue 1 week into the year. He's a do-it-all playmaker when healthy, Budda Baker, but Jonathan Gannon's defense has been feastier than expected even without him. Current starters Jalen Thompson and Kayvon Wallace have both been active. Rebuilding Arizona could save money, big money, by dealing him ahead of a potential 2024 free agency. Budda Baker. What a great name. And in this list they mentioned, I've heard this before, the Eagles, the Jaguars, and the Lions. But I will do a video when Budda Baker gets traded, I will do a video on him. So just for that fact, you want to subscribe just so you can hear me say Budda Baker. Almost like Rutabaker. That's what it reminds me of. But what a great name. Well, thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Football Hut, and I'll see you later.